own fault. It really is. So I didn't do the factory reset straight away. I wanted to look into whether anywhere local to me could get the files off my hard drive. It was something that the tech advisor did suggest. If someone can get into the PC, into the laptop, to my actual hard drive in it, they could transfer the files for me. explanation, the full story in all its whispered glory, and then just give you a bit of a look into what I'm planning over the next couple of months. So yes, that's my story time. Obviously, we've had a development this morning. A gentleman knocked on the door and asked if we had been having issues with our internet. So we explained that yes, we had, and he mentioned that a few other houses have experienced the same thing. So it turns out that they can send an engineer out on a Saturday, but only if multiple houses are affected. Though I am presuming that they are engineers. There's one gentleman that came in a van first, and then after speaking on the phone, after coming to the house, a little bit later on, a second driver pulled up, a second open-reach person pulled up, and they're just wandering the streets. So I don't know if they're just here to gather information, find out what it is that needs fixing, or if they are out here to fix it. Hopefully they are here to fix it. It would solve all of our problems. I'm due to work from home next week, so if the internet is still down, I'll need to go in the office on Monday. But if they can't fix it today, or they aren't engineers, then hopefully this temporary modem will work. We've got quite a few plans this weekend. It's D&D Day. Happy dance. Which we don't really need, but we do need the internet for. Our DM uses YouTube a lot for his atmospheric music, but all of the campaign information and all of his notes and all of the maps are already downloaded onto his laptop, which he just hooks up to the telly. So we don't really need the internet for our D&D session, but I am supposed to be watching a pay-per-view, a wrestling pay-per-view with some friends tonight, an AEW one. Tomorrow is Formula One, which I'm a big fan of, though maybe not recently with the way that Ferrari and Leclerc have been getting on. They are my team and my driver. So there are things that I would like the internet for this weekend. So I'm hoping they can fix it, and that it's worth me sitting here doing this in front of some strangers and feeling as anxious and awkward as I do. But that is the story time portion of this video over. Now I'm going to give you a bit of an insight into what I'm going to be looking to do in the next couple of months. So first up, throughout October, I will be posting one shot every day of my dice advent calendar, Halloween advent. I don't know. I am really, really excited. It is the Dice Goblin brand, and there are 31 days in it, so if you want to get yourself one, I can't encourage it per se because I don't know what it's like, but I also can because their mystery dice bags have been wonderful for me. Every single one has had a gorgeous set of dice in, so I am very, very much looking forward to this. So it contains 31 polyhedral dice consisting of one full matching set of spooky themed inclusion dice and 24 random spooky coloured polyhedral dice. Warning, open at your own peril, for what lies within may be your undoing. Once revealed, there is no turning back. But I just love it. I mean, firstly, it's like a spell book with its little spine some